500,000 more homes than buyers. The biggest gap this country has ever seen. And the generation holding most of those homes just found out the hard way.
Boomers are really going through it right now, and you're laughing? They listed their house on Zillow for $600,000 that they bought for 3 blueberries and a high five, and it's been up there for 4 months, and now they have it listed at $450,000. They still can't sell it, and you're laughing? Won't somebody think of the boomers who experienced the single greatest economic bull run in history? Won't somebody think of the people who were able to afford a family of 3 by working 30 hours at a gas station? They're about to lose 25% of the net worth that they imagined their house was worth because of economic policies that they've been putting into place for the last 40 years. Politicians that they've been hand selecting, thinking that the green line would just keep going up. People are putting together bots to offer people 70% of the value of their house to try to instill fear in them. And you're laughing. There are so many boomer parents that are going to sell off everything that they have and donate it to charity because they don't want their kids to have it too easy. They want them to learn grit and hard work of working 80 hours a week just to afford a 1-bedroom apartment that they share with a roommate. Oh God, you're laughing. Why are you laughing?
A $150,000 price cut and still no buyers. But sympathy is not coming. Instead, the internet grabbed a megaphone, and the advice they have for struggling sellers is brutal.
Boomers seem to be having a really hard time selling their houses, and I'm here with one simple trick: lower the price. That's right, with this one simple trick of selling it for less money, you too can sell your house instead of Googling trying to find out how to make money sprout out of the ground. Now, you might have to do something crazy like downsize in retirement, and I know that that's a huge compromise, and the me generation never likes to compromise. But I'm just gonna need you to dig deep, maybe get into some of that boomer work ethic I hear so much about, get a side job, whatever you gotta do. You're not gonna sell your house at these prices. Nobody wants to buy it. Sorry, sucks to suck. Quite literally a skill issue.
Lower the price. Simple, right? Not for sellers who spent 50 years watching the number only go up. This next one captures exactly how that conversation is going.
What do you mean I can't sell my house for $1 million? That's a 3-bedroom starter house.
That's meant for a family. Everyone else was doing it. I don't understand. I bought my house for a nickel in 1982. Why can't I
sell it for $1 million? Life is so unfair for us boomers. I've only had 50 years
of a good housing market?
Is this so much to ask?
Maybe I should sell my house just a little bit cheaper and make sure it goes to a family that could spread their wings and live a life that all of us boomers had.
And die with $1 million in my coffin. Hell yeah!
Die with $1 million in the coffin. That is the energy sellers are bringing. So buyers stopped negotiating with people. They sent in the machines instead, and one of them nearly got someone arrested.
This guy pissed off a bunch of boomers by offering them prices for their houses on Zillow at a 70% discount. You can take a look here. Now, the interesting part of this isn't necessarily the fact that he made all these offers or that one of those offers actually resulted in a violent turnaround that required the police to be called. The interesting part, in my opinion, be what if somebody said yes? What if they were happy to get rid of it? I don't know. All of this AI agent stuff, it's going to be a really interesting next few years.
Bots are lowballing sellers at 70% off. Police are getting called, but here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The game was never fair to begin with, and in California, it is written into law.
The boomers aren't selling their multiple homes. You know, in California, there's this interesting dynamic where there was a lawsuit that was challenging whether or not you could do property tax freezes for senior citizens. They were arguing, the people that were challenging it were saying this is age discrimination. You can't give them a different set of rules than the rest of us. And the courts obviously ruled in favor of the boomers because the judges are all boomers. But it's insane that we are freezing property taxes for these boomers who got their homes for 8 raspberries and a blueberry and a horse. They've had so much appreciation in the value of their properties. It's skyrocketed. Why do they get tax relief when working families? The burden and the tax burden and the onus is all on young families. And we need to start reversing this. If we don't start reversing this, young people are not going to get married.
Frozen taxes for the winners. Full price for everyone else. And when a whole generation gets locked out of the game, they do not just get sad. They get radical.
They're also going to get really, really dark politics. And I interviewed Nick Fuentes who I disagree with on a lot, earlier this year and was attacked for it, whatever. But one of the main reasons I wanted to talk to him was like, this guy's super popular. Like, what is he saying? What is this? This is a totally different kind of politics, completely different kind of politics than anything I've covered at 56. Like, I'm just interested. And one of the things I learned from the experience was younger people have totally different politics. And by my standards as a middle-aged person, they're pretty radical.
Yes.
And how did that happen? Well, it happened by taking away all their opportunity and then ignoring them when they complained about it. So of course they have. And by the way, my sense is that Nick Fuentes will be considered pretty moderate very soon. So like, if you want a stable, moderate country, you have to take care of people and give them opportunity. Like, there are massive consequences for behaving this way, I think.
You want more fathers. You want more families. If you want to moderate in politics, you want people that are serious about solutions to problems, that actually are willing to address problems.
Yes.
You want more fathers. You want more mothers. You want more children and families, because when you become a father, when you become a husband, you're thinking long term.
That's so
You're
smart.
no longer thinking about today.
That's the ballast in a ship.
Yes.
It keeps it steady.
Yes.
Locked out kids turning radical, locked-in parents refusing to budge, and the group that caused it all, they are only now realizing what they built. This last one says it best.
Oh, the boomers are finding out finally. The boomers and silent generation sold out millennials and Gen Z, and now they're finding out that wasn't a good thing. With most of their net worth being tied up in home equity and them owning 70% of the home equity in the United States. But there's a problem, boomers. You can't sell your homes. There's a 500,000 difference between available homes and available buyers. The largest difference in U.S. history. And see, boomers, you thought you were just selling Gen Z and millennials up the river. You know, calling us lazy, saying we just needed 5, 6, 7 jobs to get by. All while you got to enjoy a lifestyle in America that nobody else will, because you voted it away for us. And it's nice to see at least you guys are finally paying a price too. You got to live a comfy life, but retirement and nursing home ain't gonna be so much fun, is it? Oh, especially since Medicare and Medicaid are going by the wayside. You know, you did have some government subsidies to rely on, but you voted against them too.
500,000 unsold homes, prices slashed, and still no buyers. This is what happens when one generation treats housing like a lottery ticket and the next one cannot afford to play. The market always wins in the end. If this opened your eyes, click on the cards below, because the next crash is already loading. Which side are you on? Comment below.